Ben Parker sat in the passenger seat of the Army Jeep, the desert wind rattling against the windows like dry fingers scratching at glass. The sun was a blazing coin in the sky, and heat shimmered on the endless horizon. To him, the desert always felt empty. But today, he knew there was something here, something that didn't belong. Ben had been in the military for nearly 15 years. He had survived gunfire, explosions, and storms in far-off countries. But nothing in his life had prepared him for the grief that came 2 years ago, the death of his little boy Ethan in a car accident. His marriage had fallen apart soon after. He carried the loss like a stone in his chest. Work became his only escape. Danny, his oldest friend in the Army, was driving. "You're quiet," Danny said, glancing at him. "I'm thinking," Ben replied. "About the portal?" Danny asked. Ben looked out the window. "About everything." When they arrived, soldiers were already there, building a perimeter of sandbags and metal fencing around the strangest sight Ben had ever seen. In the middle of the desert stood a rectangle of shimmering light, taller than a man and twice as wide. It wasn't a doorway exactly, more like a giant picture frame hanging in the air. Inside the rectangle was not more desert. Instead, it showed a lush green field, dotted with flowers and small houses. People were walking in the distance, children playing, the sky in that world a soft golden hue. It looked like paradise. Ben reached out instinctively, and his hand slammed into something solid. It was invisible, but it buzzed faintly, like the air after a lightning strike. The commander called it an electromagnetic barrier. Nothing could pass through. The window that watches back. Over the next few days, Ben learned that the portal wasn't just a strange image. Sometimes the people in that other world looked directly through it, as if they could see the soldiers watching. One afternoon, Ben saw a small family sitting outside a cottage. A woman with dark hair, a man with kind eyes, and a little girl playing with a wooden toy. Ben froze. The girl's laughter echoed faintly, though no sound should have crossed the barrier. It reminded him so much of Ethan that he had to turn away. The woman looked up, straight into the portal, and smiled. Something in Ben's chest tightened. He didn't know why, but he felt drawn to her, not romantically at first, but in the way a drowning man might feel when he sees land. The scientists on site had a plan. The barrier's strength weakened when the surrounding air temperature dropped rapidly. They designed a system using metal tubing and blocks of ice, releasing bursts of freezing air toward the portal. It worked, for a few seconds at a time. The barrier became soft, almost flexible. Ben was assigned to study these openings. Soon, he became the only one who could predict exactly when the barrier would weaken. The commander warned him, "This is top secret. The CIA doesn't even know. No one goes in without my order." But late one night, Ben stood at the edge of the portal, staring into that golden-lit world. The family was there again, eating dinner outside. The little girl waved. Without thinking, Ben timed the pulse of the machine perfectly and stepped through. The air smelled different. Sweet, like blooming flowers after rain. Grass brushed his boots, and the sun felt softer here. The family stared at him, startled at first, then curious. The woman spoke, but her words were strange, musical. Ben didn't understand, yet somehow he felt the meaning, a welcome. The girl laughed and ran in circles, her joy infectious. For the first time in years, Ben felt peace. Danny's voice crackled faintly in his earpiece. "Ben, get out of there now! We're detecting movement!" It happened fast. The man's smile faded, his skin darkened, stretching unnaturally. The woman's face twisted, her eyes turning black. The little girl's laughter turned into a deep, echoing growl. Their bodies rippled and tore, becoming tall, sharp-toothed creatures with clawed hands. Behind them, more figures emerged from the houses, all shifting, shedding human shapes like masks. Ben ran. He could hear their claws tearing into the ground, their breath hot and foul on his neck. He tripped and one of the creatures grabbed his arm. Pain shot through him as teeth sank into his shoulder. From the corner of his eye, Ben saw him, an old man standing under a tree, holding a thick leather-bound book. His eyes were calm, ancient. He did not move to help. He only turned a page slowly, as if he had been expecting this. The creatures pulled Ben down. He fought, but their strength was overwhelming, his vision blurred. Through the fading light, he saw the old man close the book and walk away. Back at the military camp, the portal shimmered quietly in the morning sun. No one spoke of what they had seen on the monitors. Officially, Ben had disappeared during a routine inspection. Danny stood guard that night, staring into the other world. Somewhere, deep among the green fields, the old man stood again, watching. The book in his hands glowed faintly, as if it held the answers to everything. And then, for just a second, Danny thought he saw Ben, standing in the distance, smiling.